Hello everyone, I am Anwesha and I welcome all of you to Unacademy Bankers Hub. If you are new to the channel, then please subscribe to the channel and also click the bell icon. So today we are going to discuss a few questions on Para Jumble. Before beginning the session, please share the session with your friends so that more and more people can join. Okay. So let's begin. So this is your first question. Here you have 6 sentences and you have to arrange the sentences to form a meaningful paragraph. I would request all of you to give this question a try and then we can discuss. Okay. Please try to solve this question. I'll give you 2 minutes to solve this question and then we will discuss. Okay. Please try to solve the question and please write down the final arrangement in the comments. C. C is the first sentence. Okay. Okay. Let me help you solving this. So at first what I'm going to do is I will try to find pairs. I will try to find linking pairs to solve the question. Okay. So if I read sentence C says the center's plan to identify surplus land held by government departments and public sector undertakings with a view to auctioning such land to the private sector or deploying it for urban renewal projects is noteworthy. Okay, so the center's plan. And what is the center's plan? The center's plan is to identify surplus land held by, surplus means extra land held by government departments and public sector undertakings. Okay, with a view to auctioning such land, which means the center is going to sell these lands to the public sector, or deploying it for urban renewable projects, or the center is going to allocate these lands for public renewal projects. Okay, and this plan is noteworthy. Okay. Akash is saying that the final arrangement is CFE BAD. Okay, Akash, CF is all right, but after that you have messed it up. Okay, fine. So this plan is noteworthy. Now if you look at sentence F, here this also appears. So this pronoun has been used for the center's plan. Okay, this pronoun, this one, has been used for the center's plan. Now Look at this word also. This also appears. So this plan also appears to be in sync with the budget promise. So this plan also appears to be in agreement with or according to the budget promise. Okay. So this word also has been used to further elaborate on the plan. Okay, so this plan is noteworthy, and also this plan is in sync with the budget promise. Fine. So here CF should come together. This is a pair. Okay. Next. Next, if you read a sentence D, as past strategic disinvestment cases have shown, valuation of land is a prickly issue. Valuation of land is a prickly issue that leaves government susceptible to extreme scrutiny from political peers as well as the auditor. Okay. Now you see, if we see then valuation of land, this thing is a complicated issue, and this leaves government vulnerable to extreme examination from political peers as well as auditor. Okay. And if you see sentence B, if you look at sentence B, for example, so sentence B is an example of sentence D. For example, the Tata Group bought a stake in BSNL in 2002, but the government could only put a number on the value of its extensive surplus land holdings by 2011. So here you see Tata Group bought a stake in BSNL in the year 2002, but the government could put a value on the land in 2011. So it took almost 9 years for the government to put a value to the land. Why did it take such a long time? Because valuation of land is a prickly issue, and it puts government under extreme scrutiny. Okay, so B is an example of D. So B, D should come together. This is a pair. Okay. Okay. Sorry. B is an example of D. So D should come at first, and after that B should come. DB. Okay. Because at first you tell the statement. And after that you tell the example. Okay. So D should come at first, and then B. DB should come together. Okay. Now you see, if we look at sentence A, a committee has been tasked with creating an inventory of public land holdings and identifying plots that are not needed for future expansion or strategic purposes, and thus could be alienated for other uses. Okay. So you see, government has a plan. In sentence C says that the government has a plan to identify the extra land held by government departments, and the government wants to use this land for other purposes, like selling this land to public sector or deploying it for urban renewable projects. Okay. And then F has elaborated further on the plan. Okay. And sentence A says how the government is going to execute this plan. So a committee has been formed with creating an inventory of public land holdings. So this is what the government is going to do. The government has formed a committee, and this committee is creating an inventory, a calculation of public land holdings, and this committee is identifying plots that are not needed. If the plots are not needed for future expansion, then these plots are definitely surplus. Okay, and these plots can be used for other purposes. Okay, so CF should be followed by A. Fine, CF should be followed by A, because A says how the plan can be executed. Okay, fine. CFA. Now E. To the extent the budgets promise to divest specific assets such as land of public sector firms through the auction mode with total transparency is to be hoped, seems pragmatic. Okay. Pragmatic means wise. Okay. Now, in D and B, this pair D and B says that valuation of land is a prickly issue, and it puts government under scrutiny. Fine. So this is a difficult task. Valuation of land is a difficult task for the government. Okay. So here, if you see in sentence E says, how can this task be eased? What can be done? So this task can be carried out by an auction route with total transparency, so that the government does not become susceptible to extreme scrutiny. So E should come at last, in the end. E should come in the end, because E is your concluding statement which gives a solution to the problem. And what is the solution? The solution is this auction route with total transparency. Okay, and this solution seems to be pragmatic. So your final arrangement is C, F, A, D, B, E. C, F, A, D, B, E. Okay. Yes, that's why you wrote C, F, A, E. Okay, fine. Okay, Anjali. Now clear. Okay. So now let's go to the next question. This one. This is an easy question, and I would request all of you to try it. Please try this question. So this question also has 6 statements, but this is easier than the last one. The pairs are quite obvious here. First B. Okay. Please write down the pairs at least. Write down the connecting pairs, the obvious ones. Hello, Abhijit. Write down the obvious pairs. C, D, F, E, B, A. Okay. Anjali, B, A. This one. B, A is right. Okay. F, E is right. But the order is wrong. The sentence, this paragraph will not start with C. Okay. 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 I'll help you. Just see. So if this question comes in your exam, if this question comes in my exam, how am I going to solve this? Okay. One obvious pair is B and A, because B says on the one hand and A says on the other hand. Okay, B says on the one hand and A says on the other hand. So BA is an obvious pair. I'm going to pair this. Okay. After that, if you look at sentence F, there is an urgent need to introduce labor reforms to protect millions of contract labor who are engaged in nation building through their dedicated service but are working in pitiable conditions in various industrial and government establishments. Okay, so F says that there is an urgent need to introduce labor law changes so that contract laborers can be protected. There are millions of contract laborers who are working in poor conditions and they need to be protected. Okay, and that is why we need labor reform. So who needs to be protected? Millions of contract labor need to be protected. Okay, now if you look at sentence E, they need this this word they has been used for this contract labor. Okay, they need to be rescued from apathy and exploitation. So these laborers need to be rescued from apathy, indifference and exploitation. Okay, they are being taken advantage of. Fine. So E should follow F. So FE is an obvious pair. Okay, fine. FE is an obvious pair. BA is a pair. FE is a pair. Okay. Now if we see you guys were saying that the sentence should start with B. On the one hand, the sentence cannot start with B because this says on the one hand. If you say on the one hand, industry is demanding dilution of industrial laws. So before saying this, you must say what the problem is. What is the topic on which we are discussing? After that, you can say these points on the one hand and on the other hand. Your paragraph cannot start with this. Okay, so that's why your paragraph cannot start with B. Okay. Now, if you look at sentence D, once again a debate has started on the possible reforms in the labor state, in the labor sector, encompassing labor laws and labor relations. So if you look at sentence D, then sentence D tells us the topic on which this paragraph is talking about. Okay, so this what is the topic? The topic is reforms in the labor sector regarding labor laws and labor relations. Okay, so this is the topic. Fine. Okay, now if we look at sentence C, the country is at the crossroads to make a crucial choice between the demands of industry for labor reforms and the legitimate democratic demands for labor laws that are in consonance with the constitutional mandate for a welfare state. What does this sentence mean? This sentence means that the country is right now in a puzzled situation, in a confusing situation where it needs to choose between two things. The first one is the industry, whether the labor reforms should favor the industry, which means the employer, or the labor reforms should favor the laborers. Okay, fine. The country needs to choose between these two. Okay, and if you see sentence F and sentence E says that the laborers need to be rescued from apathy and exploitation because the laborers are working in pitiable, in very bad situation, in poor situation. So F and E says that definitely the country should favor the laborers because they are being exploited. Okay, so FE is an answer to sentence C. So sentence C should come before FE because in sentence C the country is at the crossroads to make a crucial choice between these two demands of industry and demands for labor laws, legitimate democratic demands. Legitimate means logical, justified. Okay, so the country needs to choose between two, and F and E says that definitely the country should choose, obviously the country should choose the laborers. Okay, so C should come before FE. Okay, C should come before FE. Okay, now D introduces your paragraph that there is a debate on the possible reforms in the labor sector. So D should be your first sentence. Your final arrangement should be D, B, A, C, F, E. Okay. Okay. So, so people who are attending a Para Jumble session for the first time, for them, what should be your strategy? The first thing is you should learn making pairs. Pairing is very important, okay? And you can see here, you can see how am I pairing the sentences. So if a problem is mentioned, the solution will come after it, not before it. If a statement is given, the example should come after it and not before it. Okay. If a proper noun is given, then the next sentence should denote that noun in the form as, yes, pairing is really, yeah. If a proper noun is given, then the next sentence should refer to that noun by a pronoun. Okay, a pronoun should be used in the next sentence. So in this way, you should do pairing. The next thing is identifying the first sentence. And the last thing is identifying the last sentence. Your last sentence should always be your concluding statement. Okay. Now suppose your paragraph talks about a problem. Okay. Then your last sentence should talk about a solution to the problem. It should not again reiterate the problem. Okay. Fine. And your first sentence should give an introduction to the entire paragraph. Your first sentence should not start with also, with a pronoun, with words like in addition to, besides, however, such words for which you need more information. So your first sentence should be independent. The meaning of your first sentence should be clear from the sentence itself. For understanding the meaning, you should not have to refer to some other sentence. Okay? Fine? Yes, Shayan, please ask. On the other hand, can be used twice, one after other, another, twice. Which means you are saying that on the one hand, then on the other hand, then again on the other hand. No. No. One on the one hand and then on the other hand. Okay. Many a time what you will see, you will find on the one hand and then you will not find on the other hand. Okay. Instead of on the other hand, you might find this word also. Then you have to understand the context and then make the pair. Okay. Fine. Okay. So tomorrow also you have a session with me at 4 p.m. At 3:30 p.m. Here on YouTube, and the topic for tomorrow's session will be 15 high frequency words. So I'm going to discuss 15 important words for your exam along with their meaning and synonym, antonym and sentences. So please do attend tomorrow's session, and also please inform your friends that here I teach English in English, because many people have problem in understanding Hindi and they ask me repeatedly to teach in English, but then they don't attend the sessions here. Okay, anyways. So now on 1st of June, I will be launching a practice course on English for SBI PO and Clerk Mains. And the timing for this session will be 7 p.m. And on 15th of June, I'm going to launch a practice course on English for SBI PO Prelims, and the timing of this course will be 2 p.m. So the sessions will be of 1.5 hours duration. And these courses will be on Unacademy Plus. So if you wish to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, please use my coupon code Annie to avail a discount of 10%. If you have learning credits, then please apply those credits as well to avail a greater discount. You have to type the coupon code here and then proceed to pay. For 6, 12 and 24 months of subscription, no cost EMI is also available. Okay. And from Monday to Friday, I take special classes on Unacademy, which are free classes at 9 a.m. Okay. So please follow my profile. The link to my profile is given in the description box down below. I will meet you again in tomorrow's session. Bye everyone and take care. Bye.